Hi, Bobby. This is Roger L. Jackson, and this is for you.
Hello, Bobby. You like scary movies? What's your favorite scary movie? I've been told you do like scary movies. That's why James gave this to you as a little gift for Halloween. Happy Halloween, Bobby. What's crawled out from under the bed to say hello to you? He told me all about you, James did. He says you do really good work trying to bring exposure and awareness to these unsigned bands through your company, Space Zebra. Space Zebra. Sounds like it ought to be a TV show. Well, in the spirit of Space Zebra, here's a little Halloween limerick for you, a little taste of the macabre. Pity the fate of young Chaucer, who was abducted one day by a saucer. They had him at dinner, they had him at lunch, and the way that they had him was raw, sir. Will you enjoy your happy Halloween? Have lots of candy, make some popcorn, watch a scary movie. And oh, by the way, Bobby, did you lock the door? Be seeing you, Bobby. Be seeing you.
There's no better way to start a podcast.
That was pretty awesome. Was that James Romano?
Yeah, James Romano. Shout out James Romano.
That guy.
Shout out James Romano.
When did you get that?
I had that 2 Halloweens ago.
Okay, because I was like, I
Something
don't know
like that.
how we haven't heard that yet, but if it was a couple
That
years
was
ago.
I was saving it for this moment.
That's freaking cool. The voice.
Yeah.
It's even haunting listening to it as that.
When he said, "Did you lock your doors?" I got chills.
And
What do
you-
I ask all the time, Will, at the house? What do I say all the
was
time at
lit.
the house?
Did you lock the doors?
Did you lock the doors?
You watch the doors be locked and you say, "Are you sure?" Paranoid.
We need a little music here. So we're
Yes, we do.
what are we doing here, Jake? We got Fright Night. Talk about it for a second.
Yeah, we
Go
got
ahead.
Fright Night. We're doing Scream 6 from 2023 or this past weekend. I'm really excited about this because we just watched Scream 5.
Yep.
Or Scream 2022 requel. And now we're going right into Scream 6. And it's really fresh in our heads. So I'm actually really like looking forward to like kind of trying to tie the story together and see where this
Yep.
goes.
And first and foremost, let's jump into it here. It's Thursday. We gotta there's
this
so
is-
much shit going on right now. Hold
There's
on.
some awesome shit.
My
This
brain
is
is
a
on
big
fucking
day.
my brain is like just right now with the Scream voice, right? We got it all. Well, let's turn up a little music. Let's get a little vibe going. I need a little vibe. It's Thursday. We're here. We made it, man. We finally have launched the gummies. They are selling so fucking fast right now. Woo! It's out of control.
Bro, I can't believe it's here because we've been spending
my
every
God.
day, but there's not been a day off in over a month, I don't think, with the weekends and everything.
Yes.
And then all of a sudden it's just here.
It is here.
You know what's going to happen? March 16th is going to come around next year.
It's like a
and I'll be
holiday now.
I'm going to be like, wait, what's today? Something's going on today, and I can't remember.
It's like a straight holiday. So it's officially out. It's hey, you know what I'm saying? Like, okay. So we got the haunted berry, we got the scary blood orange, sorry, and then we got scary cherry.
Fuck. Press that applause. There we go.
We really need new fucking clips, man. I'm killing myself. So finally out, deltaextracts.com/Blackcraft. Go there right now. They are selling so fucking quick. They're gonna sell out. Like I didn't know what to expect, but they are officially. These are the way they're trending. They're gonna sell out,
I'm kind of like holding on to the ones we have at the house because I don't even know if we're going to be able to get
bro.
them.
Look, I got. This is how I'm like fiending, right? So it's a Delta product. See if we ship to your state. I think we're in like 21 states where we ship right now. I want to say 29.
That's a hell of a start right
21-ish.
there.
21-ish, depending on the
21-ish.
day. If the state is banning the products, but if we're in your
boy.
state,
Another reason to buy now.
go buy now. So we did it, man. We fucking got here. I'm excited. There's so much fun to talk about. We're continuing on. We did our first ever YouTube that just came out the other day.
Yep.
On Scream 5, the requel.
I'm pretty excited about how that turned out.
Bro, I'm beyond stoked. Shout out to Raul for doing a quick turn. Let's hey.
Thank you, Raul.
Raul also puts in so many hours with us.
Raul
really does.
Raul is the best ever, and to deal with our bullshit,
He's still sane. He's still sane.
and to be
sane,
just to show
calm,
up with a
cool,
smile, I'm
collected.
like,
Yeah.
thanks, man. This feels good. So
Good attitude.
let's get into it, man. So we're here. We got Scream 6. We're talking about Scream franchise. Our gummies are launching. And then tomorrow on Friday, we're launching smokeblackcraft.com. Well, smokeblackcraft.com is up right now, but all of our energy right now is on the gummies.
can't wait
So
for
This
that.
is a really
This is
big week.
it's a big
Crazy
fucking week.
big
Avenged
week.
Sevenfold single just dropped. They announced the tour dates. This shit's crazy. So
Oh, there's
What
a
about
lot
the tour?
happening.
what's that?
Who else is on the tour?
Oh, I can't talk about that just yet.
No?
No.
No.
We can't. That all that hasn't been announced just yet. So let's
Be
just
careful.
be
That's
careful.
why I asked it, because I almost said it.
Yeah,
I thought
that's
if I
fine.
approached it that way.
Careful. Will.
The pen over here now. We're not going to do this.
I'll
Last
get one more.
episode.
Oh,
No.
pen. We're not even 5 minutes
We're
in,
not even
and
5
the
minutes
pen
in,
is
buddy.
gone.
Pen is gone.
Can we do another bet?
Oh, I already have a bet coming up here after reviewing
Oh,
this.
okay.
Yeah.
We'll see how it goes.
So, if you're first time tuning in here, we got Fright Night Podcast, where we're reviewing all things horror movies. We're on episode 20.
Yep.
Couldn't think of a better episode for number 20, Scream 6.
You know what's funny too? When we first started the episode, when we first started the podcast, we told each other by episode 20 we'll be doing this with video.
We did.
We really
So-
did say that. So we're on schedule.
Manifest that shit, write that shit down. It comes true, man. I mean, for real shit. I mean, I'm looking forward to another thing on this podcast too, to diving in a little more of the Blackcraft side of business, the Smoke Blackcraft side of business, and just I think we should talk business shit too. You know,
We should
Oh,
also
yeah.
say shout out to Jason being one of the best partners ever in this thing.
Yes.
One of the nice people ever,
Yes.
smart businessman.
John Reese. Jim
coolest
Summers.
motherfucker ever.
We got a
Absolute
team.
legend.
we got a team.
And everyone at Extracts.
Everyone at Extracts. And,
1000%
and I'm
agree.
not gonna lie. I mean, right now we're battling for their Extracts and Tubes, our distributor. They're battling for sponsorship on the show. But today it's only right we give it to Extracts. Savage, the company Savage Extracts.
Hell yeah.
So that's our partnership with this. We'll make them the official sponsor today. How do you feel about that, Will?
I feel like that's appropriate.
I think that's
I
fair.
feel like it'd be fucked up if we went with anyone else.
I could not agree anymore. So I need to get a little music. I got a little vibe going here. We're flowing. So all right, Jake Simons, what do you want to do here? Where do you want to take us?
Let's start with the credits.
Okay. You
And then
didn't do
we'll,
the footnotes the same fucking way, did you?
why
He did
don't,
them
why don't-
longer.
why
I
don't
can't do
you
that.
change the page and see for yourself?
I just can't.
Okay. A lot happens in the movie. You just watched it with me. It's a nice little refresher, too. Come on, man. I know you agree with me.
Let's do
You
it.
can make another bet.
I'm done gambling.
Okay.
I gave up gambling and I gave up drinking. Fair.
The drinking one's going to stick. The gambling one.
We don't
It's got
know.
an expiration date.
I'll bet you. I bet you I don't gamble.
I'm saying 4 minutes.
I'm
on this
gambling.
one.
I'm gambling to yeah.
We'll cross that bridge
All right,
when
all
we
right.
come to it.
All right, Jake.
Scream 6 from 2023, starring Courtney Cox, Melissa Barrera, Jenna Ortega, Mason Gooding, Jasmine Savoy Brown, Hayden I can never pronounce her name, Panettiere, I'm assuming, Dermot Moroney, Samara Weaving, Josh Segarra, and many more. Once again, there's another large cast with this movie. Directed by the same directors as Scream, the requel from 2022, Matt Bettinelli and Open, and Tyler Gillette. And the movie length this time,
A little bit longer.
a little bit longer. It
That's
actually
about
exceeded.
10 more minutes longer.
How does that make you feel?
10 minutes is a long fucking time, bro. You could just
It
ask
felt
around.
shorter to me.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you think it was because of the environment? Because we actually watched this one in theaters?
I'm gonna
Well,
be Go
that,
ahead.
but I enjoyed this one a lot more. We'll get into that, but yeah.
I'm gonna save all my thoughts because Jake gets mad at us if we.
No,
jump
that's
the
not true.
gun.
That's not true.
why you
Stop
know you
painting
do.
this
I know
picture.
you do.
I
You do.
reeled it
You
back
keep
in.
painting this picture of
Picasso
me.
couldn't paint a picture like this. Trust me.
I know
Jake,
what his
Jake
paintings
does.
look like.
Jake does get mad.
Your true colors will be revealed.
But I'm going to be honest with you guys about something.
What?
And I want to talk about this. You know I have social anxiety. You know I have a lot of anxiety of leaving the house. You guys got me out of the house to go see Scream. And in a movie theater. Now, our movie theater was top notch. I mean, we had
a great crowd.
We had full service. We had
Yeah.
fucking chairs that reclined. I mean, that was unbelievable.
We ate
But
food.
here's the thing.
What?
This movie to me felt really long.
Oh, it did. Is it because of your social anxiety?
I was living in hell in the movie theater.
Oh no.
It was I was panicking in the movie theater. yeah.
I remember that.
Oh, I was perfectly
You specifically
fine.
said, I'm in hell right
I
now.
literally turned to Will and I said, "I'm in hell, buddy," because I knew if I turned to you, you'd get upset at me if I talked to you during the movie.
He was typing these
Such
footnotes.
Such a negative image of me.
I mean, that's just an image. That's just true. Will, true.
I'm like hyper
he
focused
gets
on the
very mad.
movie.
I know.
I'm
That's
fine.
why I can't. If I'm having a panic attack in the movie, I'm not going to tell you. I got to go to Will.
I will say you are. I would put you in like the top 5 nice people I know. Like you are.
Fair.
I'm
an absolute
passionate.
sweetheart, unless a movie is being played.
And if you do not like the movie, look out.
Hell hath
It's
no
not
fury like
true,
a Jake.
man. It's not about you not liking
has
the
friends
movie.
talking.
It's
It's
about
true.
how much you guys talk during the movie.
Oh, okay, whatever. All right, let's move on here. So let's go to Rotten Tomatoes score. Critic score 76%. Audience score 92%.
Very high.
That's an uptick from
Big
the recall.
uptick. Big uptick.
Interesting.
And you know what? And, after watching it in movies, in the theaters, I kind of see why, because I just feel like this movie had a lot more happening in it. And if you have a short attention span, I felt like it was able to keep your attention.
It was the pace of
Well,
it.
maybe not, but Bobby, yeah, I know that was a long sit for you.
I was living in hell during this movie, but we're gonna dissect it here as we go through. Streaming theater, obviously currently just screening in theaters, and then the box office right now 35 million. We don't really know what this is going to do. So
Or the budget's 35.
yeah,
and
the
then
box office 67.
currently, as of right now, they're at 67 million.
67 million.
That's really good
Not bad
for a
It's
6th installment of a
say-
horror franchise.
I would say that's a
How long's it been out?
good ROI.
It's only
Jake
been out
Simmons.
since last Thursday.
Okay.
That's really good.
No, that's great.
I think that's really good.
Not bad.
All right, on to
Oh boy.
Oh, it's death by spoilers. So if you have not seen the movie yet, which the odds are you probably haven't because this is a very new movie. So if you haven't seen the movie yet, opt out now. Go watch it in theaters. Come back and join us again.
Or if you don't want to fall asleep right now, just fast forward through this. I mean, Jake, these footnotes, bro. I know we're only episode 2 in. This is crazy.
yeah, but there's another page, and I already have my over under on this one is 4 minutes. If you can just break the gambling thing,
I'm not gambling.
Raul, will you take me up on a bet over under 4 minutes dinner?
Hey, how about this? How about this? When this episode's released, we'll ask people their opinions on the footnotes. If people aren't digging the footnotes,
Well,
we
the
stop.
episode's being released today, so I mean,
Oh, it is getting released today. Well, then we'll check their comments today then.
okay. Comment below if you think these footnotes are exhausting. Like if you are absolutely exhausted listening to these
I'm
footnotes.
proud of these footnotes.
Okay, well, but listen, maybe I'm wrong. If you're exhausted listening to these footnotes, just type in the comment section below on YouTube, exhausted.
I felt very insecure when I was reading the footnotes
I
last
bet you
time after
did.
the.
Sounded great when you read them.
All right, Jake, here we go. This is your it's your little segment here, Jake. This is
Fright
called
Night
Fright Night Footnotes with Jake Simons. Get your pillow, get your blanket, take some of our gummies. Let's do it, Jake. Go
Still
ahead, buddy.
timing this.
Whatever.
Go ahead.
We are introduced to a film professor, Laura Crane, played by Samara Weaving, waiting for her online date to arrive at the restaurant. But as she receives a phone call, we soon find out her late date is Ghostface, leading her into a dark alleyway, thus leading to a brutal stabbing and leaving her dead. We are then immediately exposed to the killer, who turns out to be a current student named Jason Carvey, played by Tony Revolor, in her class, who happens to be a student in her class. But as we find out he's in on the murders with his roommate, the student discovers his accomplice is dismembered in the fridge. We are then witnessing a new Ghostface now murdering the former Ghostface and into the title screen. We are reintroduced to the survivors from Scream 5, including Sam, Tara, Mindy, and Chad, who have all taken themselves to New York City for school. We find out that Sam, played by Melissa Barrera, is currently seeing a therapist involving her traumatic past, but soon concerns her therapist with some truthful feelings. Meanwhile, Tara, Mindy, and Chad, played by Jenna Ortega, Jasmine Savoy Brown, and Mason Gooding, are at a house party, but are soon exposed to the knowledge of a new Ghostface murders taking place within their general area of the city. We find out that Sam has become a product of murder conspiracies due to online articles created by theorists. We are introduced to Detective Bailey, played by Dermot Mulroney, who is currently looking into the murders and in glorious fashion reintroduced to Kirby Reed, played by Hayden Panettiere, I hope I said that right, who has become a detective herself and traveled from another state to look into the current Ghostface killings in NYC. The following night, Sam and Tara are surprised attacked by a Ghostface, which ends up in the convenience store where the killer stabs a stand buyer and kills the owner in the head with a shotgun. When Sam and Tara escape, so does Ghostface. Gail Weather arrives at the scene, played by Courtney Cox, and we are then exposed to the killing of Sam's therapist, played by Henry Cherney, in which Ghostface takes Sam's files. At this point, Mindy has a friend meeting with everyone, in which she discusses the sequel to the requel theory and how the chain of events may play out while exposing the suspicions of Annika, Quinn, and Jack, played by Devin Dakota, Leanne Liberato, and Jack Champion, who are new additions outside the core four. Soon after, we are thrown into an apartment invasion of Tara's place, in which Quinn is supposedly stabbed to death in her bedroom, witnessed by Sam's secret love interest neighbor Danny, played by Josh Segarra. Annika is stabbed, and leading to a frantic attempt to escape, Danny provides a ladder to their apartment window to help them escape. But as Sam and Mindy make it over safely, Annika is not so lucky, and Ghostface makes her fall to her demise. Gail proceeds to show the surviving crew a stab shrine at a nearby abandoned movie theater, and all accumulated murder scene items displayed by in a museum fashion. In an attempt to capture Ghostface's whereabouts, Kirby sets up daytime stakeout while Sam and Tara attempt to receive a call from him. But we soon find out through Kirby's phone tracking that the Ghostface is in Gail's neighborhood apartment. Gail receives a call from Ghostface and eventually turns into a survival battle in her apartment, but her boyfriend is killed. But Ghostface eventually stabs Gail multiple times, leaving her in a state of being barely alive. Yes, Bobby?
This is fucking exhausting.
In the process
3
to
minutes, 20
settle,
seconds.
Stop it. In the process to settle score once and for all, we enter the subway, but unfortunately, Sam and Ethan are left behind in the second train, leaving Mindy in a vulnerable and scary position of multiple Ghostface costumed people potentially being the killer. And unfortunately, Mindy is caught off guard and stabbed, but fortunately survives. We are then left with the final setup of the Stab Shrine Theater, where Kirby leads the remaining crew inside. But Sam receives a phone call from Detective Bailey stating Kirby is the killer, leading to Chad getting stabbed multiple times by Ghostface. But in possible, unforeseeable fashion, Ghostface is not revealed as two killers this time, but three. Quinn, Ethan, and the siblings of Richie from Scream 5, and Detective Bailey being the father. But in a collective effort, Sam, Tara, and Kirby fight back, eventually leading to the deaths of Quinn and Ethan, and Sam is left with the Detective Bailey as she kills him with a final stab to the head. We are then left with the knowledge that Chad and Kirby have once again survived, and we are left with a sisterly conversation between Sam and Tara as credits roll.
I would have lost that bet, by the way, by 30 seconds.
Okay. Now that I made everyone tune out.
I'm pretty sure everybody tuned out.
If this was
There ain't no
Twitch,
fucking way.
If this was Twitch, what would have happened to the viewers right there?
Honestly, viewer count would have dropped like crazy. And then I would have interrupted Jake if this was live on Twitch, and I would have said spam F in the chat if you fell asleep, and there would be a fuck ton of Fs.
Well, considering that you're probably influencing them to actually say that.
No, I'm just saying what everyone's feeling.
Wow.
Well, how do you feel about the? Let's talk.
That's mean.
I mean, look, we're episode 2 in.
Was it a refresher or nah?
Last one, I needed it for myself. For the podcast, reading it out. I'm kind of agreeing with Bobby a
It's
little bit on this
exhausting.
one.
We're exhausted.
You guys can take over from here.
Well, if
here.
we just do maybe bullet points or
I-
something a little bit shorter,
I
just
think-
to kind of summarize, because otherwise, you just don't need to see the movie now. I guess
It's a spoiler zone.
it is a spoilers.
Here we go. Ready for this one?
What?
I know how we should have did this.
How should we have done it?
Okay, let me take a crack at it. Can I take a crack at it?
Here we go.
Okay.
This is gonna be hell.
No, it's not gonna be hell. All right, guys.
Here I am trying to
All
be
right,
good
guys.
at my
We're going.
job.
Hey, all right, guys. We're going into Fright Night footnotes. Little spoiler alerts here. Okay, so we're getting ready to go down Scream 6 here. So little Fright Night footnotes. This segment here. 4 survivors of the Ghostface murders leave Woodsboro behind for a fresh start in New York City. However, they soon find themselves in a fight for their lives when a new killer embarks on a bloody rampage.
That's a synopsis.
That's.
That's not like a refresher of chain of events.
I feel good about it.
Okay, that's
Will,
fine.
how you feel?
It was 4 minutes and 20 seconds shorter.
Whatever.
Jake, we're just fucking with you. I think it's important to go through these scenes. I love it. I'm just giving you a hard time.
I know.
And you do
but
it-
we should still see what the
Look,
we
comment
should still
below.
see what
Comment
people,
below.
and don't be afraid of hurting my feelings. Sometimes I just go a little bit too up and beyond.
It's because you're so passionate.
I
and you
think
do
it's a
do
good
great job
thing.
at this.
Look, we're in a learning curve here. It's episode 2. We're into it. Let's jump into the campfire story here. So, originality, plot devices, and theories for Scream 6. How we feeling, Jake? Talk to me.
I'm loving this because we're dealing with a different scenario this time. It's usually in Woodsboro.
Yeah.
It's usually there, and this time it's in New York City. So actually, the change of environment is really refreshing, and it's really cool to see Ghostface in a completely different environment too. You get to see him be different, less sneaky, and more like malicious, and more just in front of everyone. He doesn't give a fuck.
I'm not gonna lie. Like when I first saw, I saw New York pop up because I hate watching trailers. Like I like going in the movie knowing. As
See,
little
I'm
as
the
possible.
opposite. I love watching trailers because I like the just great because we're so busy. I could watch a trailer and be like in or out. Like, don't judge a book by a cover, but I'm going to judge the movie by its trailer. Like, if it didn't get me in that minute and a half, 2 minutes, whatever the trailer is, 30, whatever, I'm out.
That's fair.
So I have to watch the trailer. But go ahead.
But when I saw New York City pop up, I was like, this is going to be exhausting. I don't think I'm going to like it.
Really,
I loved it though. Yeah. At first I didn't like it, but like him going through the convenience store, having to dodge a guy with the shotgun, the subway scene.
There were scenes that was
there
literally
shit like
giving
that I thought was,
Bobby
super cool.
anxiety.
Yeah.
So I'm with you, Will. I actually didn't like the New York. I mean, I know you liked it. I didn't like it. I did not like it. I want the woods. I want Woodsboro. I want that
Small
old,
town vibe.
I want that old school Scream feel. I did not like the city because Ghostface in New York City. I feel like there's a million Ghostfaces running around every day in New York City. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. There's something about it.
I think that's what makes it scary, though, is because he's become such an icon in this world of the franchise where it's like there's so many people dressing up as Ghostface that you really can't tell who it could be.
No, but I for the city, for me, I wasn't into it. It was a thumbs down for me.
Oh, I was into that part, but
Okay.
that's perfectly
so it makes
fine.
so it makes the world go round.
As far as the plot, we knew what we were getting into. We knew there was going to be, who the killer reveal at the end. But this time around, it was different. We ended up getting 3 killers, so I actually liked that little plot twist. I thought that was pretty
great.
cool.
The 3 killers at the end is great.
And I like the beginning too, where they kind of show you the 2 guys and they don't end up being the killers. They kill them
Oh
off right
yeah,
away.
that I like that little psych out at the beginning of the movie where you think, oh shit, they're exposing the killer right at the beginning of the movie, and then in some weird Ghostface inception, another Ghostface kills another Ghostface. I thought that was really cool.
I don't feel like
agree.
that would have worked. Like if it was the second or third one, I've been like, oh, they're going to kill these guys off. But like since it was the 6th one on the way in, I was like, oh, maybe they are like really trying to change up the structure of how this, they're going to do this movie.
Or maybe it's just
They
the end of the
didn't, but
franchise,
Yeah,
you don't know.
Exactly.
It didn't feel over the top either.
Did not feel over the top.
No.
But moving on to the villain protocol. Let's talk about that. You good, Jake? You okay,
That
bro?
was the chair.
So for the villain protocol here, likes, dislikes, scare factor, creativity.
So it's Detective Bailey and his 2 kids.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts of that dynamic?
So
It's different than the rest.
Well, because you're going back to their other son,
Yeah. Richie from
the
Scream
last
5.
killer,
Yeah.
right? So they got a vengeance out for Samantha and them.
Yep.
So I love the cop. I think the cop was great.
Detective Bailey.
Detective Bailey.
Yep.
Yeah.
Detective Bailey.
I like the concept of where
A family of killers.
I like that because the brother and sister are going to go crazy and the dad's going to go crazy. So I like that.
And they're all huge fans of the Stab franchise.
I like it. And then what I really like too is, Jake, you brought up this point in the movie theater that I kind of really overlooked. Is I was like, damn, where I thought where they went really genius with this, and you pointed this, it would have went over my head completely. Even still, is in the when they set up the museum.
Oh, the shrine.
The shrine.
Yeah.
Who would have access to all that shit?
Exactly.
A detective.
So
I like that.
I would say right before like the halfway point, and when we get like exposed to the shrine, I'm like, and I go over and whisper to the Bobby, I was like, I think it's Detective Bailey.
Yeah.
And the only reason I thought to was like, the only way people would have access to the original killer items would be a detective of some sort.
Good point.
But then they kept on psyching you out though, because you get that psych out of his daughter getting killed in the apartment, but you didn't realize it was a cover up.
True.
And they replaced her body with another body, which is a little bit, how do you pull that off?
I don't know. How do you pull that off?
I don't know. I'm not going to pretend to know the inner workings of being a detective.
Yeah, the inner workings of that, I feel like it could have been a little bit convoluted.
What was your thoughts on that, Will, with the villain protocol?
Yeah, what do you think?
I thought the sister, I liked her in both versions of her character, like between like the slutty roommate and then both the kids were definitely little shits.
Yeah.
Like I thought they nailed that.
Yeah, they are little shits.
What do you call it? Like when they're doing the what is it, like the character breakdown or the rules to a slasher movie or whatever? I felt like this was the easiest killer to guess. Like both you guys got it. I thought it was either going to be the FBI agent or the detective based on the fact they said it's going to be someone totally opposite than it was in the last movie. And I felt those were the only two people that kind of fit that description.
And they tried tricking you thinking it might be Kirby and that she gone off the ledge because of her first experience with Ghostface back from Scream 4, 2011.
I'm not going to lie.
It's never the first twist though.
I'm not going to lie. I thought the whole time it was Kirby.
You did?
I'm going to be honest with you. Yeah. I was like, something's off.
Because she had a bloodlust to figure this out.
They're bringing her back, and she's here. It just seemed a little too like, if she wanted to be the killer, she could be it, right?
I would have been bummed if she was a killer.
I would have been bummed if she was a killer.
Because I loved her in Scream 4.
I think they did a great job on the villain for when we're talking.
Yeah,
about
they
the
did
villain
a great
protocol.
job with the villain protocol on this. They had me fooled until I wasn't fooled anymore.
That's fair. So what about the protagonist survival guide, Will? What are you thinking on that?
Yeah, so this time the main character is mostly the same group, the core four. So
Will?
Oh,
Go ahead. No, you're already starting.
I said, how'd you think? Will?
I'll pick you back up. Jake, you're already on the
go ahead. You're on it.
No, go Will.
Jake.
Go Will.
No, Jake, come on.
No.
First, Will.
This is going to be awkward, Jake. Go ahead.
Just go.
Jake, come on.
I feel awkward now.
The protagonist survival guide. Okay, let's rewind. Watch. Okay. All right. So anyway, Jake, how do you feel about the protagonist survival guide? Where's your thoughts, Will?
This is where I should jump straight in.
Will, where's your thoughts? Jake, this is where you answer.
No.
Come on, let's do it. Come on.
I don't feel
Protagonist survival
awkward at all,
guide.
but Jake, please go. You already had a
come
great
on.
start.
Okay. All right. So we're the survival crew. We got the core four. We got Tara. We got Melissa. Or not Melissa Barrera. We got Tara. We got Sam. We got Chad, and we got Mindy from the previous movie. Yep. I love their dynamic even more in this one. I feel they're even more fleshed out characters in this too. I like that there's a love interest between Chad and Tara that's developing. I really like that. I'm starting to really, really love Mindy's character, the one who just knows all the knowledge. And she's talking about the requel of the sequel during that scene. Yeah. I thought that was such a fun scene to listen to. I think them as a whole in this movie is far more cohesive now because they're very new to us in Scream 5. In this one, they're far more familiar now, which makes them even more likable. Yep. And Gail obviously arrives again too, so we're going to include her in make her core 5 because Gail's a part of it too. I thought Gail had a much bigger role in this movie than Scream 5.
I agree.
There's a lot more focus on her, and I love that there was a one-on-one fight battle between Ghostface and her. I really wanted that scene, and I ended up getting it in this movie.
I don't think she should have died though. This is like, you know how like the last scene I had like the issue. Gail's a news reporter, right?
Wait, did she die?
Oh no, not Gail.
Gail
I'm sorry.
doesn't die.
I got confused there. I'll pick that back up. Go ahead. Sorry.
No, it's all right. Well, I'm done.
Go ahead.
Are you guys okay over there? Are you guys having like strokes?
I got a character confused. I got a character confused.
Yeah, it's okay. Go ahead. Let's rewind. Go ahead, Will. It's okay. We're live, baby. Go ahead.
Fine. I'm not worried about it.
No, you're good.
I'm piggybacking a little bit off of what he said with the characters of the core 4, but I think just them being familiar with them.
Yeah.
That's why you end up liking them a little more. Like, you know what you're getting from them, but it's always going to come down to the two sisters at the end of the day who's going to be pulling the heavy weight and knowing what's up.
Yeah, Scream 5.
Chad didn't do much for me. Felt like he was kind of in and out.
He was more of a love interest in this one.
Yeah.
I mean, the requel, Scream 5, whatever the hell you want to call it at this point, did do a good job, Jake, of what you're saying of building those characters, and you fall in love with them for Scream 6. And you're
know they
feel like a family. That was weird.
It starts feeling, and there was kind of a family theme too. I was like, we're going Fast and Furious here now.
And that's actually a good shout. And also, like, you kind of feel like they're your friends or something. It's kind of weird. Like, watching the movie a couple times, I was
always a fan of the dialogue in the Scream franchise.
That's a great.
I think the dialogue is always well written. I think that's why we're able to connect with the characters, even if they're only around for one movie. I
agree. And speaking of well written, moving into the next segment, Jake, the ominous frequencies with the soundtrack. It's just
same Scream franchise,
right?
Strings, all that stuff, intensity. Did a great job.
The thing I like about Scream, really, when you talk about this franchise, because I share with you, it's easily my favorite horror movie franchise.
Yeah.
They know what they got, They know how to do it. They know their audience.
There's a formula.
And there's a formula, and they fucking stick to it, and it works. They don't get too crazy, you know?
They don't change the formula. They just add to it to make it more amplified and better. And for the score, dude, if you really think about it, it's just very cinematic.
That's all it needs to be.
And that's all it needs to be. Yep. And I think they did a great job with the music in this movie.
It's so weird, this movie, when we go back, when we look on like the budget, right? We're looking at, what were we looking at? Like a $35 million?
We're looking at $35 million
budget?
It was about $10 million, I think, more than the last movie.
I think it was.
Yeah.
It's just funny. I don't know what it is about the soundtrack to these Scream movies, but when I hear the soundtracks in these films and they feel like a $35 million budget. I can't explain that. Does anyone know what does anyone else kind of feel what I mean?
I know what you're talking about.
The music feels like rich.
It feels bigger.
It feels bigger. It makes the movie feel fucking huge.
And with the backdrop on this one, I for some reason thought it would even been more money than $35 million. How much would it cost to have those kind of backdrops, to have those kind of like road closures to film scenes?
I wonder if they even filmed in New York City. Was it really filmed in New York, or was that all?
You know what? I didn't do the research, but
Don't know.
But never know.
That including the shots too. Like the way that thing was filmed had to cost a
oh,
lot.
the camera shot of the ladder.
35 mil.
Yeah.
I mean, 35 mil is no joke. That's not no.
They did a great job. I did enjoy the soundtrack to this.
Yep.
The death chart.
Yep.
So this time I eradicated anyone that got injured, and we just sticking strictly with the kills.
Yeah.
So right now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We get 10 kills in this one. Before, what we'll do is we'll state our favorite kill, and then after we state our favorite kills, we'll go through the rest of the kills. How's that sound?
That's cool.
All right. So Bobby, first, your favorite kill.
This is kind of a weird one, but just bear with me on this.
Okay.
I really like this one. I like because this is what started for me in the movie. I like the convenience store one, the shotgun to the face.
That was such an
That
intense
scene was so intense, and it really fucking made me snap out of my anxiety. And then it made me snap out of my normal day-to-day anxiety that I have into, holy fuck, I'm in the convenience store with these two girls and this convenience store owner. We're going to figure this out. I was like there. I was fucking there.
That scene's what made me love the New York.
Yeah,
like
I
having said
agree.
New York,
I
because
agree.
like that's when it's like, oh fuck,
You're not safe anywhere. You're not in
this
your
dude's got
house
a shotgun
now.
behind the counter. Now Ghostface is on the defensive. You're not used to seeing stuff like that, and then it had a whole new anxiety to the thing.
It's a really good point. That's actually a really good point and I guess
It's so unexpected too.
Well, to your point, just to riff off that for a second, like it being in New York, Ghostface got a lot more, like in Woodsboro.
Options?
Well, not even so much more options, but he's got obstacles.
Yeah.
We're in Woodsboro. It's like,
How do you do this
It's like home
discreetly?
field. He's playing a weight team. It's like you're the fucking Pittsburgh Steelers on the road. Now you're playing in, you're playing the Dallas Cowboys in Dallas. You got different shit going on.
I will say before that clerk pulled out that shotgun, he was going ape shit in that fucking place though. Like he just went straight through that door and just started slaughtering everyone.
Fucking didn't care at all.
And if you think about it, at the end of the movie, when you find out who the killer is, it makes sense why they knew their way around the city. You're dealing with a detective who's worked in the city for how many years?
It's a good point too.
It's a good point, right?
Great fucking point.
So
that's actually a great fucking point that I think a lot of people probably listening to this probably overlooked. That's a good point. New York City's so fucking big. How do you, if you're on 46th Street, 46th Street to 32nd or whatever, that's a whole different world. That's a good
Detective,
point.
and they have tracking, so they can track your phone. They just know where they're at all times. So at first you're like, how does Ghostface know where they're at all fucking times without them not being noticed? And then you're like finding out, there's a guy who has all these like.
Speaking of how big the city is, back when I made the mistake of Gail dying, she didn't die. I didn't get the characters.
She
had in my head. I was thinking
barely
she died
had a heartbeat at the end.
But
Jake, are you okay, bro?
It's a fucking chair.
All right, well, it's a chair, so, relax a little bit. If it's the chair, bro, you okay?
That's so embarrassing.
I'm so happy this is all on video. This is ridiculous. But Will, what was your favorite kill?
My favorite kill was the therapist. It was straight to the point. Guy just going up, breaks the window, grabs him, and then knife to the face is pretty brutal.
Yep.
So, yeah.
Jake?
Fuck, man. I think my favorite kill would probably be at the end of the movie, because at that point I'm like just fucking hating Detective Bailey. I just love it when Sam kind of like tricks him to thinking that he's going to let him live, and then she just takes a knife and just stabs him right in the head. I would have to say that's my favorite kill.
That's all pretty
And
damn
by the
fair.
way, the stabbings seem even more painful in this movie. I feel like the stabbings continue to look more painful.
I think Scream just always feels painful to me. It didn't feel anything out of line for me. No.
I just feel like Scream is one of the most painful franchises to watch.
It's the best franchise in the world.
It really is.
So.
I really love this franchise. But yeah, and then the rest was Laura Crane. At the beginning of the movie, she gets stabbed in the alleyway. We got Jason Carvey, who was the first Ghostface.
Yep.
He gets killed. We got Greg.
I love that scene, by the way.
When he
That was a
finds
great
his friend
fucking
with the
scene.
dismembered in the fridge.
In the fridge. And you know what? Shout out. Let's talk music for a second. Ice Nine Kills. Did anybody see the Ice Nine Kills flyer that was on the guy's?
No, I haven't
refrigerator?
seen it yet.
Little Easter egg. It was sick.
Oh, sick.
Shout out Spencer and Ice Nine. That's my boy.
And then we got Annika, who gets stabbed. And then what are your thoughts when her head hit the dumpster when she fell off the ladder? I thought that was intense.
That whole scene was a little confusing to me.
Really?
A touch. Because, yeah.
I thought it was intense to me
Yeah.
because you're trying to save her from Ghostface. And she's probably in pain. She's bleeding.
I don't know. That whole ladder
You've got like the
across
boyfriend
thing, it was
over
just
there
too
who just like
fucking
never
much.
called 911. Like nobody did.
It's
and it was
just
the whole
too
thing
much.
went
And that
crazy.
ladder's not going to hold up like that.
You know what I
Come on.
did love is when Ethan gets stabbed in the mouth. Why did I do that? when
Found our clip.
Jake, what is going on with you, bro? You're out of control.
It doesn't matter. I'm not
Jake,
going to
you are
repeat.
out of control today.
This is
bro.
literally our
Ethan,
clip
who
right
was
now.
Ghostface number 1, gets stabbed in the mouth. I thought that was a cool visual.
Did he take
Did you
the
eat the
edibles?
fucking gummies? What is going on?
Bro, what is going on? I did a really dumb gesture.
What was the gesture? Show me.
You're kind of doing it now.
What is going on, bro? You okay?
I'm fine. I'm fine.
You're sweating like crazy.
I'm really hot right now.
Did you take
Bro,
a
this side of
gummy?
the table is fucking insane right now.
I'm starting to fucking feel insane.
My body heat is just
Bro, how you doing over there, man?
Yeah, Raul's hanging in. Hey, what's nice about this is now, out of all the episodes we've always done, I've always wished we had video to prove to the world how psycho you really are. Here we are.
I'm not psycho. Come on.
You're not well right now.
You go from this to being like irate at us talking during a movie.
What's going on, Jake? Talk to us. What's up, man? Where are we moving on to? Go ahead. Next
Okay,
kill.
we're
Let's stay
going
on
to
track.
we're going to go into Quinn Bailey, who gets shot in the head by Sam, and then we ended off with Detective Bailey. So 10 kills. It's pretty high.
Yep.
Let's go into the vibe test. For this movie, who was the character that you resonated with the most, do you think, this time around? Bobby. Because I felt like everyone was still solid in this one.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You know, there's something about Samantha. I know that's so generic to say as a lead role like that. There's something
Yeah.
about her that anytime a movie, I know we just talked about this, but anytime a movie gets me out of my current anxiety and I get lost in the anxiety of the movie, I don't know why, but Samantha does it to me as a character. I don't know what it is. She does it to me.
Would you agree to that she had a much bigger emotional range in
Yeah.
this
Oh,
one?
100%. Bro, that's what I'm saying. Like, it felt fucking real.
Yeah, I felt like
Felt real.
she was more stoic in the last one, and then this one she was just a lot more emotive, expressive.
Yeah.
And I was actually really all for that. I actually love that.
Me too.
I was really into that. Will, what do you think your favorite character?
I'm Sam all the way. Like you kind of stole the words out of my mouth because I was going to say I know it's like the cliche thing to
No,
say.
no,
or it's kind of
but
a cop-out, but I said that for the last one too.
Yep.
But I just feel like everything's moving forward. She does a great job holding everything together, and I fucking loved almost every character in this too. By the way, like I liked everything about this movie, the characters, everything.
Yep.
But just her in general, I think was the best.
I agree.
You know what?
And you're going to say her sister.
So it was Tara on the last episode, but this one I'm going to throw a little bit of curveball. I was obsessed with Mindy in this one.
Oh, yeah. Good shot.
And the reason why is, one, she had that cool, like, this is how things are played out scene. I'm obsessed with the way she's like really animated and she's like excited to talk about the danger they're in. I love that about her. But really what I loved about this one is her scene in the subway was anxiety inducing. And I felt like she played terrified and paranoid very well in that scene. So I'm going to say for this one, Mindy is my favorite.
I agree.
Yep. So
I like it. Now let's talk Lise for a second here. And
I already know that one.
okay, let's see if can I go first and let's see if we agree. I'm gonna be honest with you. the brother killer
Okay.
was my least favorite
He's
character.
pretty underdeveloped.
It was so blah.
Maybe that was the point. He was like so uninvolved this time. Like they kept on keeping him away from the group. They're like, dude, we don't know you well enough, blah, blah, blah.
It just felt very blah.
I can see that.
Will?
Mindy's girlfriend.
Annika?
Yeah, Annika. She just didn't do much. Like it wasn't bad, but I kind of feel every single thing you said about the son,
that's
it was
fair.
kind of there.
By the way,
wasn't they were bad. They just didn't do anything for me because everyone else played such a bigger role.
Yeah,
that's fair.
And when we say least favorite character, it's like they didn't do it for us. It doesn't mean
Yeah,
they're
not acting.
acting
No, they're
bad
not
or anything
acting.
like that. It's just that character probably had like the least developed role or one that didn't resonate with us. But I feel like for me, you know, I think it's just because the sister, Quinn, who happens to be the other killer.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Like, I don't know why. I thought it was cool that they added a third killer, but I don't know. I kind of felt the same way for her as I felt for Amber in the last one, where I was just like, that one's a little bit underwhelming.
No, that's fair.
Yeah. But
See, I kind of liked
the
her.
family dynamic, though, I did love. Maybe just not her like individually.
The thing about
as a
this movie,
character.
when we're talking about, you know, least favorite, you know, least lovable character, I guess, right?
Yeah.
Is what we're at. Is Scream does such a good job of creating that, like, oh, these are your friends from high school, or oh, this is your family. Like, I don't know this franchise, how they captured that lightning in the bottle of that. They do such a good job at that.
Yeah.
And you gotta think there's so many characters in these movies at all times. Someone's got to be underdeveloped a touch or underwhelmed or something, a little bit.
You're
you know?
absolutely right. But I think really the reason why we always get to know the characters is that murder mystery aspect.
Yeah, it's like Clue. Reminds me of Clue kind of vibe.
Exactly.
You know?
You have to get to know the characters
Yeah.
so you can start formulating your own like prediction of who you think it might be. You know?
Yep.
So yeah, man, that's awesome. So we're gonna go into our favorite scene before we go into our review.
Yep.
I'll go first this time. I think my favorite scene was actually the ladder scene. I really like the idea of this aerial view. I just thought it was a very effective scene. For a moment, you think she's actually going to make it. Obviously, she doesn't make it. I would say the ladder scene from apartment window to the other apartment window was my favorite scene.
Yeah.
Cool.
Subway, all the way on that one.
Okay.
That was probably the most like anxiety-inducing scene out of the entire thing.
Yeah.
But also probably my least favorite kill. Like it was just kind of straightforward. It wasn't like super brutal or anything. But like
Right.
that scene in general, thought it was cool. Like that was the one that really got me kind of anxious.
It's a great scene because you're on the train and there's all these ghost faces. And you're like, fuck.
Again, the way it's shot too, like
It's
you feel like
incredible.
you're right there, and you're just like
Yeah.
Jesus.
And in correction, Mindy actually didn't die. You said she was killed. You're talking about
Shit, yeah, I keep getting it. I'm just whatever.
Mindy survived. My favorite character
Yeah.
survived when she got stabbed in the subway.
Oh yeah, at the very end.
Yeah, I just wanted to correct him because
Okay.
they
The
said
second
shit, she
time I
got
did
killed.
the same thing with
Well,
Gail.
but in your defense though, on these movies, I mean, some of these stab wounds.
How the hell do they survive them?
Well, for
it's because they're a core four.
Isn't there like an eternal?
They've got-
Oh yeah,
well,
the higher health
they
bar.
have
Well, the
They have
Mindy,
a higher
Mindy one is weird to me because I mean, she got stabbed brutally on the train. And then, and I'm so happy we're talking about this real quick because I don't understand how she just shows up at the end with the ambulance.
Moving, mobile, perfectly
And
fine.
she's completely fine. I did not like that.
It's
I
just-
actually
it's-
hated that.
it's the
I'm
same
glad we're
thing.
talking
Well,
about
then
that.
what were your thoughts on Chad surviving? Because that dude got stabbed a lot.
Bro, when I saw when I saw Chad sitting up in the getting ready to put in the ambulance, I'm like, this is not cool. And then Mindy just comes running up like she just ran a marathon. Like I'm like, dude, this ain't
Bro, and
this ain't it. This ain't it.
In the first one, when she gets stabbed the worst of all, in the fifth one,
Yeah.
at the end. And I know I talked about this last time, but I mean, he puts that chef's knife all the way into her stomach.
Yep.
He twists it, and then she just wrestles a dude and
I
kills
know.
him. Yeah.
I know.
Yeah, some people miraculously survive in this one.
Well, right. So favorite scene for me. I'm torn. I got two scenes that really stuck out to me that I really, really liked. We're not going to do this. We're going to pick one.
Okay,
What are the two? I want to know the two.
Two is the convenience store.
Okay.
Which you
And
talked
then-
about earlier.
And then it would be the final scene. I thought, you know what? Can I go? I'm just going to.
No, that's great. I'm glad it's the final scene.
It's the final scene for me. I love how they were kind of setting up this trap to trap Ghostface. Mm-hmm. I love that it's this old rundown auditorium, which I enjoy, right? Because I'm thinking in my head, okay, now this is like creepy. This is kind of what I'm looking for. New York City to me doesn't have that effect to me. When I think New York City, I think of Will and I out in clubs getting fucked up and, having fun. Like when I think New York City, I'm thinking like nice restaurants, we're finding good food, we're finding good coffee, we're going shopping. That's what I think of New York City. I don't think horror movie New York City.
I've been to New York City a lot, but I never have had a time like when we go.
Oh yeah, it's out of control, which is why I'm half the reason why I quit drinking. But I love this scene because it captured that really creepiness. I love the shrine that's there. I love the curtain drops. It's like a presentation, and then it's showing all the kills. I really, really, really love that. And then I just love when Ghostface comes fucking busted through the curtain like psychopath. You know what I mean? I loved all that. I loved all that. I love the chase scene in the auditorium. If you call it an auditorium, I don't know what you call that. I loved all that.
I also love the final psych out. You think it's going to be Kirby, and then you get psyched out again.
And honestly, that was big because even when you leaned over to me and said,
I second guessed myself.
I know, but before that, when you were like, oh, it's a detective, the whole time I was like, I think it's fucking Kirby.
Yeah.
And all the way up till the very end, I still thought it was Kirby because she disappears. And I was like, well, she's a detective, so who else would have this? So it's her. And then we realized it's not her. I thought they did a great job.
And then it's 3 of them. So I switched between who it was probably 100 times. I was like,
of course you did.
There was at least 10 seconds in this movie where I thought it was each one of these people.
Yep. So
I freaking love it.
This is I'm gonna save my thoughts because we're here, Jake. We are here at the
lights on, lights off.
This is your favorite part. Look at that smile.
We got these. We got these.
Brought his
all right, Jake, tell everybody what do we got? What do we got here?
So I got some really cool big light bulbs, and we put them in front.
He took a gummy. Hey, he took a gummy.
He's going off the
I don't
rails
know
again.
why I'm laughing.
Hey, full disclosure before we go to lights on, lights off here.
Yeah.
Delta extracts, they're selling like crazy. But keep in mind when you're taking these gummies, whoopsie. I mean, look, this is the scary cherry. I just want to go through this real quick here.
Uh-huh.
You got the blood orange, right? Bats. And then you got, the haunted berry, right? Each one of these are 200 milligrams.
Eat responsibly.
Please eat responsibly. Please. I mean, the packaging walks you through everything, but please eat responsibly. I mean, I'm not going to even suggest what to take. Let's not even do that, but just eat responsibly.
Yeah.
200 milligrams per gummy, 4,000 milligrams in this whole fucking container, 20 pieces. Unbelievable. But
those bats are bigger now, so they're easier to dose to,
absolutely.
which is a really good thing.
That's right.
That's actually a good point. I'm glad you brought that up, but eat responsibly and enjoy it. This has been a great fucking episode. We're here at Jake Simon's favorite thing. Look at him. He's got the
Check your clickers, guys. Check your clickers.
No, I'm
Make
not
sure they
doing
work.
all that.
I pre-checked my
we're
clicker.
good, okay.
Whatever.
So lights on, lights off. If you're new here and you're just joining us, lights on, it means you loved it, you liked it, it's scary, it's creepy. Mm-hmm. Lights off, pretty straight to the point. Not good. You're not fucking scared. Boring. Blah.
Meh.
So if the light stays off, it's blah.
It's blah.
Light goes on,
It's
you took the gummy.
I didn't.
You took the gummy. All right, Will, you're up first, buddy.
It's an easy one. I like this movie. I
Okay.
thought it was better than 5 all the way around.
Okay.
Like the cast better.
Okay.
Sorry, 1 second. I like the setting in New York better.
Okay.
I just like the overall pace better. It's a lights on for me. Although I will be sleeping to this movie, I'm sure.
Yeah. Well, we do gotta talk about that. Will falls asleep to crazy horror movies, and it's like insanity.
He just hears the sound of people screaming,
fucking so loud. So
He's just like,
It knocks me right
He's
out.
all right,
cuddling
Jake
ego.
Simons. All right, Jake Simons.
I don't even really have to explain, my thoughts about this movie because I felt like the way I described it throughout this podcast kind of says it all. This movie just gives me the adrenaline that I want from a horror film. It also gives me hope for other franchises to take note on what Scream is doing. They're doing it new, they're keeping it fresh, but they're also sticking to the formula. And I think when you make something efficient, it doesn't matter how familiar it feels. You're still going to have a good time. And that's what happened with me. I had a good time. So it's a lights on for me too as well.
And they literally give you the formula in every movie.
They really do. It's about being done efficiently.
Yeah, and here we are with me.
Oh, wait. What's with it? Wait, what?
Oh boy, Jake might be getting mad at this.
Jake's
answer.
gonna get mad. Everyone brace
My
themselves
face
here.
starts turning red.
Will, I got a little homework assignment for you as I give my review here. Can you pull up our leaderboard for the Smoke Blackcraft competition? Because we got to announce that today.
for sure.
And I want to play some bands that actually entered into the competition.
Ooh, yeah.
But here we go. So lights on, lights off for me. So let me walk you through Scream 6. Mm-hmm. My favorite franchise. Right? Mm-hmm. Ghostface, my favorite killer.
Yes.
I think Samantha Carpenter, the best.
Wonderful final girl.
One of my favorite movies and favorite shows is Alfred Hitchcock, and I love that mystery, and I love Clue. It's got it. Mm-hmm. I'm a businessman. I like formulas.
Yes, you do.
I love formulas, and I love sticking to them, right? You got the plan, it's working. Mm-hmm. Let's not go fuck it up and change it.
Don't fuck with it.
Scream, don't fuck it up and change it. But, did you see how mad he got? Do you have this camera set up to where he rolled his eyes and gave a sigh? Perfect.
Are you gonna edit it so you can
Perfect.
see my? It's a chair.
I fucking love this movie a lot. It's a lot. Anytime, I said it 2 times on this episode, I'm gonna say it for the third. Anytime you can remove my anxiety of my day-to-day just life and I can get lost in the movie and catch that anxiety, I fucking love it. It did its job to me, right? Only thing I wasn't crazy about was the New York thing from the jump. Like I was saying, I'm still, even as it ended, I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan of the New York thing. I hope it goes back to the woods and goes back to that.
You don't want like a Chicago and stuff.
I don't want that shit, dude. I want go back to North Carolina, go back to, you know what I'm saying? Like
Ghostface takes Manhattan.
Like it just needs that, like, Home Alone. Did you lock your doors? Because in an apartment complex, people are going to hear you. It just doesn't add that crazy. I mean, granted, look, serial killers and shit, I get exist in that world, but something about Ghostface to me, the woods, how we grew up. The thing that this movie lost me on was I always look for that nostalgia feel, the feels, the vibes.
Yeah.
And it's not a bad thing. It's just when we watched Scream 5, it took me back to when we were like kids.
Yeah.
I watched this, I didn't feel like I was a kid anymore, and I just kind of felt like I was, oh yeah, it's 34-year-old Bobby watching, which is okay too. It's got its pros because how many times can you do the same shit over
With
and
the
over?
same scenario.
So I respect what they're doing. It's this is easy for me.
I'm happy.
Lights on.
I'm a happy bubbas.
Lights on. Lights on, man. So there it is, Fright Night episode 20.
Yep.
Scream 6. I do want to talk about a few things here as we're moving on. Next episode that we're going to do, Jake Simons.
Yes.
Let's talk about that because that came from someone in our
who was it that recommended?
It was from our 666 Club, and that was Blunt Dads. And hey, 666 Club, we got a fuck ton of new signups. So, hey, 666 Club, blackcraftcult.com. Just search 666 Club up top right there. Yeah, fuck, dude. But Blunt Dad's one of the members. And by the way, they have a podcast on Twitch, Blunt Dads. Go check it out.
Oh, sick.
What did they recommend?
He recommended a movie called The Outwaters.
Oh, and that's the trailer we watched,
And
right?
that's the trailer that we watched, which, by the way, was a really good trailer.
Yes.
Also found footage. You know, I am fond of found footage. I know Bobby is. Will, what are your thoughts on found footage?
I'm just kind of going back here through all the found footage. I like it. I
You
think
like
I'd
found footage?
I'd say I like I like 3/4 of the found footage.
Yeah.
movies
Okay,
I've
good.
seen, yeah.
I'm actually looking forward to this because this will be the first movie I think we've all watched together where
yeah.
none of us have seen it. So I'm very.
Yeah.
I guess Scream 6 too.
Yeah, true.
Duh.
I
But
saw that trailer too, and I have no idea what it's about other than it is.
That's
just
what I
found
like
footage.
about
I've never
it.
even heard of the thing.
I love it when a trailer doesn't show too much.
Yeah, because I
yeah.
don't like seeing the trailers anyway, so it's perfect for me.
See, I love watching the trailers. That's all me, man.
It
So-
also looks polarizing from what I researched, so
Yep.
it could be one of those love it or hate it movies.
Yep.
Which
True. I'm not gonna lie. I want to go to the music part of this podcast,
Yes.
but I'm gonna be honest with you. It's celebration day today. We're celebrating. We put a lot of fucking hard work into the gummies, getting the gummies launched. SmokeBlackcraft.com. SmokeBlackcraft.com for all the accessories. We got bongs, grinders, rolling trays, all the apparel. That shit's gonna sell out quick. Gummies are selling out quick. That's DeltaExtracts.com/Blackcraft. Gummies going crazy right now. I don't know, Will. We ran a big music competition, right?
And streamer.
And streamer competition, which we'll be posting online, and you'll see who's.
Do we
who's
want to
winning.
announce on here and then
Do you want to?
I mean, we can do that. I sent you over the link. I could read them too.
Why don't you read the band winner? Do you want to announce it right now? Official?
Do we want the winner or we want the top 5?
Let's do top 5. Do top 5, and then we'll make the post.
Okay.
So do top 5 bands.
I'm really excited about this.
All right. Number 5.
Oh, we're starting backwards. I like
Yeah.
that. Yeah, you got to build that.
smart.
Hey, that was smart.
That was a good
fucking
that was a good-
smart.
that was
Go
good.
ahead.
Do you know all these bands? Do you want
I
to give a little insight to
Don't
them?
know.
Or
Give
is
me
this the one?
number 5. I don't even know who number
Number
5.
5. Vampires Everywhere.
Fuck yeah.
Wait, I've heard of
yeah,
Vampires
course.
Everywhere.
Michael from Vampires Everywhere. Of
Yeah.
course. Fuck yeah. Good friend. Good band. Go ahead.
Number 4.
Yeah.
The Coursing.
Fuck yeah. The Coursing is dark,
We played them the other day.
We played them on the show
Yeah.
before. Incredible, hardworking band. They've been with me on Twitch for a while. Great live show. Great sounding band.
Number 3. I know this one. Super awesome. Was on the last episode. Marlene Mendoza.
Fuck yeah, Marlene.
You have a good taste, Bobby.
Hey, you know Marlene was on America's Got Talent?
No, I did not know that.
Yeah.
Number 2.
Okay.
Oh Dreamer.
Fuck yeah. Hey, that's my boy up in like Seattle, I want to say.
Not familiar with that one, so I'm looking
you
forward to
you would
hearing.
actually dig it.
Yeah?
You would dig Oh Dreamer. Yep.
Sweet.
Number 1.
Can I guess?
Yeah, of course.
I don't have a guess. American Prophet?
Fucking nailed it.
Really?
They
American
won the whole
Prophet.
thing.
They won it?
Yep.
I like that band name, by the way, American Prophet. I think that's pretty cool.
Oh, let's play them. Let me see. American
Congratulations to American
Prophet.
Prophet, by the way.
American Prophet.
That's really awesome.
All right, they got a song called Sober, which that probably ain't a good clip for this fucking episode. Oh, the irony. Let's play Sober. Let's check out what it is here. So we got American Prophet. Congratulations. We are changing that, bro. I'm done.
I'll make the samples
telling you,
before next week.
Episode 3 of the YouTube. This shit's gone.
We haven't done the Ford commercial.
Go ahead, Jake. Go.
I'm not doing it
Go.
again. I would walk 500.
Oh my God. All right. American Prophet, Sober. Heavy.
Wow.
Go ahead, Jake. Let's see the dance. Come on.
Every moment started giving away another set of passages that tell us that we cannot be saved. I've got a bitter feeling and a heart that is not worth feeling. So feed my body to the ocean. I'll be devoured by the waves. Continue going through the motions and take my name in vain. I had a dream of better things. Watch it look at the same. We only live in the dark. Tell me what you believe. I was there when you clicked your wings. Yeah, so now I can't be. Now I can't be. I can't be sober. I can't be sober. I was there when I watched you blink. Yeah, so now I can't be. I can't be.
Hey, American Prophet. I can't be sober.
Congratulations.
Congratulations on winning.
I really was digging that.
It's a great fucking track. Make sure you check them out on Spotify, Apple. Go check out their web store. Go buy some merch. Go support the bands. Go support some artists. Hey, also, if you have a clothing brand or if you have a band or brand you want us to promote, let us know. Like we're always looking for new shit to promote on here. Looking just to help. Shout out to the 666 Club. There's a lot of people in the community got some businesses that are doing very well, and it makes me very proud of them. So, episode 2, man, we're down. Two down.
That's it, baby.
This
Two down.
one
Contest
really,
over. Edibles
this
out.
was smooth.
It was smooth, man.
Yeah, I'm
Other
really
than
happy
other
about
than
this.
your little.
I feel like we kind of needed those though.
Yeah, we need a little
Yeah.
bit of like that. What was that? What was that like? What was like an episode of like a laugh attack? What was that?
What do you mean 11?
I don't know. You just kind of went a
He
little
slid in
wacky.
his chair.
Yeah.
It made a sound.
Yeah.
And he lost his shit.
Jake.
I mean, this is the best fucking advertisement we can
chair
have for
is
the
driving
Gummies
me
right now.
insane right now. I can't move without it fucking making a noise.
Eat one gummy and you act like Jake Simons.
Stop.
We're out of here. Episode 2, Scream 6. It's official Fright Night. Episode 20. We did it.
We fucking did it.
We did it. We'll see you next week. One more time. The movie.
The Outwaters.
The Outwaters.
I'm excited.
I'm excited. I have no idea what the movie's about, but
Either.
can't wait.
All right, we're off.
Bye.
No, I mean like I hit stop. We're good.
Oh.
We're done.
You're fucking with me.
No, we're done, man. Go ahead.
I know what you're doing.
What?
What? You're fucking with me.
No, we're done. See, Will, you know what's funny about this is we're still rolling, by the way.
Yeah, I mean,
And-
you haven't
and-
done the outro
and-
track. It's just
but-
like,
but
That
here-
is
but-
manipulation right there.
No, I want to talk about this for a second.
What's
This
that?
reminds me of something.
What does it remind you of?
I'm going to throw all three of us under the bus.
let's do it.
All three of us? Oh boy, what's he gonna do?
What about
We
four of
left.
us?
We left Scream 6 at the ending credits, and we didn't catch. We didn't catch the very,
shit.
very end.
We did not stick around for the very end credits. We
There
have
was
to
the
look it up
very,
on
very
YouTube.
end credits. So
We had to find it somewhere.
Can we watch it?
I feel like it's a fucking
Hey.
blasphemy
Hey,
for us.
honestly,
What?
I'm out of here.